also is, speaking of keeping the other countries drug free, you know, Harrison is benefiting from that right now. All of Team USA benefited from that right now. You know, but the entirety of weightlifting needs that to be the case. Yeah. Because if it is not the case, if, for example, the same thing that happened in 2015 happens here, which in 2015 the World Championships were hosted in Houston, and then like a month and a half later 30 positive tests came up. You know, 15% of the field was fucking, you know, on steroids. And that's just who just hadn't cyced off fast enough.
Exactly.
Right?
Got to go with those short esters.
If that shit happens, by the way, just to speak to that, Cliff, that did not prevent Alexei Lovchev from getting popped because he was popped on peptides, which had 2-hour half-lives.
Oh,
so
really?
he literally like weighed in and then went and took whatever the fuck it was that had like that short of a half-life. Yeah. Because he's like, well, they don't have tests for this, so fuck it.
Really pushing it to the limit.
Yeah. Turns out they had tests for that shit. Anyway, so, you know, if that shit happens, if if 2 months from now we're talking about how there were 30 positive tests from the 2017 World Championships, the IOC will remove weightlifting from the Olympics without a fucking hesitation. Like, they would not even blink. They'll be like, see you later, motherfuckers. Clean this shit up, and we'll see you maybe in 10 years.
Because of their high standards.
Because of their incredibly high standards.
The IOC.
Right.
Speaking of the high standards of the IOC, they have banned Russia from the 20-whatever Winter Olympics. 18? 18, I guess, Winter Olympics. So you can tell this is really going to help Russia clean up their act by banning them from a Winter Olympics, wherein their athletes will still potentially be able to compete. True. But just not wear Russian flags on them.
No Russian colors, no Russian flags, no Russian flag will be flown, and no Russian anthem will be played.
Wait, this is news to me. How does this work out?
So the athletes who
can individually petition
can individually be added onto the competition lists if they can prove that they're not, you know, dirty or whatever. But the country is not participating.
Interesting.
So even if they win, even if one of them takes gold, then they still won't play the Russian national
anthem. They just lift a white flag with Putin's face on it.
Interesting. I wonder if I were to compete in the Olympics. Just stick with me.
I'm with you so far.
Yeah, I'm not a terribly
definitely within the realm
American,
of possibilities.
So could I just make up my own country and compete for that country with its own
big
flag?
fat dick-a-bad.
I can make my own flag and everything. Exactly. This is my goal. I wasn't interested in competing in the Olympics before.
Independent
now I sort
Olympic
of am.
athletes. Oh, that's what it is. They fly the Olympic flag.
They fly the Olympic flag.
What song do they play?
You know, I think that's owned by NBC. But yeah, usually this is reserved for you know, people in war-torn or fucked up countries,
like Texas.
Just make sure.
I'm from a fucked up country. It is a fucked up country of one.
That's right.
My fucked up country of one of my own creation.
Is she wearing a dress with a bunch of people's faces on it?
She sure is.
She absolutely
That's
is.
fantastic.
That's the entire team.
The refugee Olympic team.
I don't know what event this is, but apparently they won something at some point.
Yeah.
I would just play
I'm
the Indiana
pumped.
Jones theme when I won. I would just say,
Okay.
please play.
We do need to outsource this now. I need to find out if you can outsource this to our fans there. What Olympic sport could I begin training for now to eventually get me to the Olympics? What could that be?
None, but
there's some. If I really committed to curling, there's some that are physically possible.
You'd be pretty good. Really committed to curling, you would still be very bad at curling.
Oh, I'm sure. It's one of what's the.
But how good is America's curling team anyway? Let's be honest.
Yes. How competitive is the field in Jamaican bobsledding?
They'll definitely be worse if some mysterious person with a mask hits their kneecap with a wrench. Of all of the curlers in the American team,
the last time that strategy was employed, it worked out perfectly.
They made a whole movie about it.
Yeah, so there you go.
Did.
How much more could you ask
to
for?
Be in the movie theaters.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. Russia, poor
Yeah.
Russia.
Yeah,
they go from dominating one Winter Olympics to just not being able to participate in the
I
next.
guess, you know, I'm happy to see Russia being punished, but still, it's like, will anything change? No, because they don't want to actually. The IOC needs to reserve the ability to, in the future, still pocket lots and lots of Russian cash. You know, which is because that's what keeps the lights on. Yeah,
Cool.
exactly. And so they need to make a show of disciplining Russia while simultaneously not souring the relationship with Russia, such that they can probably announce that the 2028 whatever Olympics are going to be in Russia yet again, so that they can pocket lots and lots of
Those are
corrupt
gonna be in
Russian
LA.
money.